We're going to introduce you to improvising, in other words, creating a solo on your ukulele, which is something we don't normally do in Yuki, but it sounds quite cool. And to give you an example, I'm going to quickly jam along with Annie's song, or the chord progression for it, in the background, which is in the same key as the scale I'm about to teach you. There's the backtrack starting, there's your scale. And the scale was quite nicely. Etc, etc. Now first of all, let me teach you the scale. It's in the key of C major, and it's the A minor pentatonic scale. I'm not going to get too much theory about A minor pentatonic in the key of C major, just trust me. A minor pentatonic scale and C major are related. That's the correct musical term. And we're going to start off playing the scale from fret number 2 on the 4th string. We're going to go from there up to fret number 5. So it's going to go from the A to the C note. Going down to the next string, fret 2 to fret 4 this time. Then when we go to the 2nd string, you move up a fret. So it's fret 3 and 5. And then when we go to the first, 3 and 5 once more. So slow motion, you're going to have the scale there. I'm going to count you in if you want to play through with me. 2, 3, 4, and back. Now the first step is to just play along the scale while the backtrack's going. So I'm just going to push the button again on the backtrack. There it is, and watch how nice the scale works. And you can start anywhere you like. You can go faster or slower. Got a lot of repetition, pauses. Maybe a string bend. We can later introduce notes like that note, which is in the key. And there's so much we can do with the scale, but your first step is to learn the scale. So step 1, you practice it through. Step 2, you put the backtrack on and you play on the beat with it. So this is step 2. So you're simply getting used to what does my scale sound like within the piece of music. And I can hear my notes working inside there. And then we're looking at stops and starts, pauses, repetition. When I say repetition, I mean, for example, these 3 notes, taking any 3 and playing it a few times. That sounded pretty sweet, and check how nice it works inside the piece. And it can be a 4-note repetition, it can be 1, 2 notes, it can be 1 note. There's no wrong way to approach this. So one more time, just starting it from the very beginning, I want you to listen for and make a mental note of stops, starts, the string bend, repetition notes, repetitive notes, repetition of phrases. And I want you to improvise and experiment. If I were to write down the tabs, then the whole point of improvising would be lost. So this whole thing over here is spontaneously just playing, and this is quite fun. Check it out. And then Little fast part there. String bend. And with the string bend there, what I was doing, instead of going and then finding the next note in the key, I would take the note and bend it. And you can see I'm actually taking the string and bending it quite a bit. So experiment. I can't stress enough, the whole purpose of improvising is to experiment. So your lesson number 1 from this particular video, get to know the A minor pentatonic scale. So first of all, do this. Secondly, if you want a copy of the backtrack that I used, or simply just go on YouTube and type in backtracks in the key of A minor or C major, because they are related, because they contain the same notes. We're not going into harmonic minors and melodic minors for the purists that might have a bit of classical training. But if you want a copy of the track that I did, just WhatsApp me, I'll send it through to you, or email me. Otherwise, just go on YouTube and type in there jam tracks in the key of A minor, C major. Okay, if you've got any questions on this, drop me a WhatsApp. I'll be more than happy to help. It's lots of fun just being able to play, and that's what we're heading for this session.